Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching Legion. Today I'm talking about Season 2, Chapter 11. And I'm just going to be sharing my general thoughts after having just finished rewatching this episode. In this episode, we see David has to save everybody from this psychic monk. Yeah, so we start off this episode with we see a flashback of Farouk losing his body and it being taken and hidden by this order of monks who seem to have some kind of psychic powers of some kind, and then they seem to be driven mad by the body of Farouk, I guess, trying to escape, or Farouk trying to escape from. That part was a little confusing. It was like, how was that thing making noise if Farouk's not in there and he was in David? Was he in there for a bit? That part's confusing, but we see that it's the monks, who had hid them, and that kind of leads to their own downfall, which also leads to this madness sickness that's been going around for this first season, which is something I had forgotten before going into this rewatch. So that's a nice little thing to kind of be refreshed about. David had to learn from Farouk that it was the monk who was carrying this sickness and not being caused by Farouk himself. So that was an interesting little thing I relearned. Cool little thing in this episode was Lenny trying to convince David to help her, get out of Farouk's mind. And so I just like that because they're giving Lenny a little bit more personality, and also kind of foreshadows a little bit into the end of this season when she does kind of get her own body, and what goes on, the fact that they still have a connection, those two, from their time when they were in the psych ward. It seems like they actually were in the psych ward, that Lenny was a real person, and that I guess Farouk, when Lenny got killed, Farouk must have absorbed her personality to kind of help, in order to mold, or help try and con David into, trusting him, trusting Lenny, the dead Lenny. But yeah, that was interesting to kind of see. And then this episode is just pretty much David hopping into everybody's minds, trying to get them out, get them out of this mind maze, which is what the sickness, causes for everybody to get stuck in their own thing. So that was interesting. I liked seeing the different mazes. We only got to see two in this one, but going into Phtalemies and Melanie's and the different ways they had to get them out there. So that was just interesting. I just like the different ways they come up with in order to kind of showcase David's abilities, because psychics can do a whole lot, and so kind of trying to find different psychic things for him to do and have to figure out, I really enjoy. I like it also that he knows how to do certain things but doesn't know how to do everything, so that's interesting. I like a little bit of limitations to my superheroes, so that they're not like, he can be all powerful if he really wanted to be. He can shape reality if he really wants. But I like that he doesn't quite believe in himself enough for that, and that's kind of what limits David's abilities just a little bit. So I like that we kind of see a little bit of that in this one. That at one point, with Melanie, he kind of tries to do it. So I just really enjoyed that little bit, that we kind of see that he's not completely all powerful with his ability. But yeah, that's pretty much all my general thoughts for this episode of Legion. Shove down in the comments below what you thought about this episode. Thanks again for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.